What's going on, Junkie Nation? Gorgeous George and Goes checking in with Modestas Bukauskas, coming off a win this past September over Paul Craig. Now, we could have rehearsed this before we hit the button, but 2026 has been this big secret, Modestas. And in researching you for the interview, I see a fight lined up for you and Nikita Krylov. Is that out in the open and official? Because it would almost be the first one I've heard of the CBS Paramount Plus era.
Yeah, well, it's been officially signed. Now I believe it's even out on Tapology as well. So yeah, the news is true. This is my shot at the top 15, so I'm looking forward to it.
In Las Vegas, I see. I heard it was supposed to be in LA originally. Kind of a bummer because we're originally from LA. It's only 4 hours away. We live in Vegas, no big deal. But looks like that CBS Paramount Plus era will start here in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile. And have you heard anything about card placement? Are you guys main card?
I don't know. I mean, from what it looks like right now, it's the prelims, but I obviously have no idea. Obviously, they kind of mix and change everything, like, last minute and stuff like that. So, ultimately, I'm there to go and do a job. So it doesn't matter whether it's on the main card or prelims. It's such a massive card. Like, obviously, the first pay-per-view of the year. So just to be on that card is obviously an absolute honor.
The first numbered event because the pay-per-views are gone.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. Yes, you're right. The first of the Paramount era, and the first numbered event. Yeah, you're right.
Which is cool for a lot of people that can't afford that 80 every month. Now, if you just have Paramount Plus, which is like $8 a month, and it already includes great TV, great drama, television shows. Yeah, then you get all the UFC content, at least the fight nights and what used to be the pay-per-views. I guess we're going with numbered events going forward.
Yeah, no, I love it. It's obviously going to be brand new and fresh for everyone, and I mean it's such a massive deal. So like I say, I'm sure everything will turn out amazing.
It's one way to get rid of illegal streamers, right? Just
now you have to get the subscription. You have to get it.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, by the way, what's that in the back right there? Who are you kicking there in that?
Oh, that was from my. It's actually my mom got it for me for my birthday. Nice. It's actually from my UFC debut. So on Fight Island when I fought Andreas Michailidis.
Oh, and that's you are wearing Reebok, right?
She made like 2 little photos. I don't know if it's like obviously if I lift it up a little bit, but there's another like, bunch that I had in there as well. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. That was very sweet of her.
And you're wearing Reebok back then, right?
Yeah. Back in the good old Reebok days.
Yeah. Well, maybe they should make one of the Paul Craig, not to pile on that guy. He was a great fighter. He just retired. You retired him basically, but that was one hell of a KO.
Oh, thank you, mate. Yeah, I mean, like I say, he's an absolutely tremendous athlete, really nice guy. I actually saw him 2 weeks later in the gym when I was training up at Tom Aspinall's gym because he was doing a TV show with Tom, like his thing on TNT Sports. So he's a really nice guy. I knew it from the get-go. He's a really nice guy, and like I say, we did what we had to do. It was a good turnout for me, but I've always respected him massively. He's beaten former champions. His resume just speaks for itself.
Yeah, no doubt. Modestas Bukauskas joining us here on MMA Junkie Radio. All right, I got a few more for you, but let's get Goes in here. Goes, what do you have for our guest?
So tell me about this particular run that you're in. Is there a secret ingredient to this recipe that you feel has been working best for you?
Yeah, so I feel like one thing is just my discipline has definitely turned up a notch. The training partners that I'm training with I've got very close, very good people around me, people that want me to improve. I've got very high level guys that I'm training with. Obviously I've had like Tom Aspinall's team and, helping me out a lot, like training with heavyweights, training with bigger guys. They've given me like a newfound sense of like even belief in myself. Do you know what I mean? Just going out there, having like a good camaraderie in training, like getting out there, competing with each other. I've just had a lot of amazing people enter my life that have sort of made me better, made me more focused, make me want to achieve more, make me want to be a better athlete ultimately. So realistically, it's just my circle has just become much stronger. and it's made me a better athlete. And like I said, I'm much more dialed in with everything, with my training, with how I proceed with things, and it's definitely been paying off.
What did you think of the Krylov matchup when they brought it to you? Was that the only name they brought? Were there other names? And where do you think he
um,
stands out for you?
yeah, so I was expecting a top 15 matchup. I mean, 4 wins in a row in the light heavyweight division. Um, Usually in the light heavyweight division, you rack up a couple of wins, like things start happening very quickly for you. And I just sort of been building up, getting slightly more difficult opponents, just working my way up. But I knew at some point a top 15 matchup would come through. I expected actually Nikita Krylov was one of the names that sort of I was eyeing up, because it could have been Alonzo Menafield, Zhang Ming Yang. So kind of in the lower half of the top 15, and it's all worked out. So realistically, I wasn't surprised. It was like, okay, that was a name that I was sort of looking for, and it happened. So yeah, I'm very grateful for that.
So this nice streak that you're on and just an impressive record overall, do you remember the "I belong here" moment, the moment where you went, "I deserve to be here. I belong here. I'm with these guys." Was it a particular moment in your career that you can point that on?
Um, Do you know what? When I moved up to Tom Aspinall's gym and I had that performance in Manchester, coming through adversity, taking a clean head kick and then coming out winning by submission, I think that was the start of good things to come. And then obviously I then had that knockout in Seattle. Then like everything was just building. But I think that the initial moment was fighting in Manchester. Like I hadn't fought at home in my whole UFC career. So to fight at home, put on a performance like that, that was the start of something special. That was the start of the run that was inevitably going to happen. So yeah, I'll probably pinpoint it to that.
I'm not sure how many people exactly are a part of Aspinall's gym, but I have to imagine he's a big part of training as well for you. What has it been like? I think I haven't heard that he's been back in the gym training, but what are the adjustments that you've had to make? Is he doing all right?
From what I understand, obviously he's still struggling with the eye. Things haven't healed quite, so it was a really bad eye poke. He's still not doing great. Obviously, I still like message him and check up on him and see how he's doing and stuff like that. So it just meant that I'd had to sort of coordinate my training back in London, with some of my like very good training partners, James Webb, Simeon Powell, um, an old training partner of mine as well, Will Curry. I've started doing some work with him. So I've just basically had to adapt to the situation, and obviously just checking in on Tom and seeing how he's doing, with his recovery and stuff like that. Because I don't know when he's going to be back into training, but um, obviously I wish that he has a speedy recovery, and hopefully we'll be able to get it back going again. But for the time being, I'm just making use of the training that I have in London, training with my dad, and all like my really good training partners. So I'm still getting very high level training. Obviously, it's a different dynamic because I used to travel to Manchester pretty much every week, but I've I've adapted to the situation. Just put it that way, and I'm lucky. I have such good, like very close people that care about me, that want me to do well, that are also helping me out. And like I say, Simeon Powell has been a massive part of that.
With Tom, is it because his presence is what kind of gives the gym the vibe and brings everyone in, or is he that close to a sparring partner that if he's not ready to train yet, then you need to seek out your mates in London?
Well,
how do you
I
explain that?
mean, like I say, he's still having to recover and stuff like that. So, but obviously, all the training is sort of built around Tom, which is completely understandable. And I'm just like very grateful to even just be a part of that. Do you know what I mean? The fact that I'm able to train with the best heavyweight in the world is an absolute honor for me. So, yeah, like I said, it's just about just adapting to the situation, and getting the best training that I can possible where it's available. So it might be a while before Tom gets back, but obviously as soon as he's back training and stuff like that, we'll all get together again. We're all good friends, and yeah, ultimately we just want the best for each other, and that's why we create such a strong team up there. And even still, the guys that I'd been taken up to Manchester with me, such as Simeon and James, they're still helping me a lot. So the team's still together, essentially.
Yeah. I asked only because there was times where I would see Magomed Ankalaev at Extreme Couture when Francis Ngannou was there a lot more.
Yeah.
But they didn't seem to train much, and he was clear about that's a heavyweight. I'm just not training with the heavyweight. So I wasn't sure if you guys lumped each other in. Some gyms do, or if there was, separation between light heavyweights and heavyweights.
Well, I mean, for us, like obviously the light heavyweights, like myself, give the speed aspect to Tom, and obviously Tom fights a lot. One of his main attributes is his speed and his timing. So it's good for him because it means that all the other heavyweights will feel a lot slower to him because he's got guys such like me and all the other light heavyweights that come up and train as well. So it's a good mix. I think light heavyweights and heavyweights, you're like roughly around the same. I mean, even the last sparring session that I had, I was only about, I think, 98 kilo, and Tom was probably about 110. The same, like, and Ante was about 108 or something. So, we all get good working with each other, and we present different challenges, and that's ultimately how we get better together.
Correct me if I'm wrong, I know you fought in Vegas before, but is this going to be the first time at the T-Mobile? The others been at the Apex, right?
Yeah. So the other fights I've had in Vegas have all been at the Apex. Obviously, it's not the same like fighting in the stadium. This has actually been a massive dream of mine to fight at the T-Mobile Arena because it is literally like the mecca of fighting, essentially, like the MGM Grand used to be back in the day.
Right.
So for me, this is a massive moment for me to go out and like show my skills to the world, and I'm truly blessed. Truly blessed to have an opportunity like that. The fact that the UFC have faith in me to go out there and compete on such a big card as well. It's massive for me. Like I say, it's always been a massive dream of mine. So sometimes I have to like pinch myself to say, is it even real? And I'm true. Like I say, I'm just truly blessed and grateful for that opportunity.
The octagon is 5 feet longer because it's 30 feet in the T-Mobile, and it's 25 feet across at the Apex. But when you throw in the fact that it's an octagon, it's 33% more real estate. Is that more favorable to you or not?
It doesn't matter where I fight. At the end of the day, you got to go in there and throw down. I think obviously everyone would prefer to fight in a slightly bigger cage just because the movement that you're able to get, and especially with me, that kind of a guy that likes to use his movement and his feints and like his distancing and his space. So either way, it doesn't matter what size the cage is. At the end of the day, you got to go in there, you got to throw hands with someone. So it's nicer to fight in a bigger cage, but I've been very used to fighting in smaller cages as well, like in Cage Warriors. So it's nothing new to me.
Do you have any other boxes you want to tick? You said you'd always wanted to fight at T-Mobile. Is there any other cities or arenas that you specifically would like to compete in before it's all wrapped up?
I think I just definitely want to headline well, it used to be pay-per-views, but I want to headline a numbered card. Doesn't matter where it is, to be honest with you. I mean, I've been again extremely blessed to fight in so many different places. I got to fight in Seattle, Montreal, Paris, now Vegas. For me, Vegas was like pretty much the pinnacle. To fight the T-Mobile Arena for me is like the pinnacle of what you want in your fighting career. So the only next step up from that would be to headline an event like that.
Yeah, well, you're on your way. That's 4 in a row that you have. The last 3 have been finishes. I mean, me personally, I like Nikita Krylov because he's been a top 10 guy for a long time.
Yeah,
he just happens to be coming off a couple losses. And so I was hoping that if another guy like yourself coming off 3-4 wins, that maybe that would help the card placement, because I think you deserve it. Because like I say, you're delivering statement finishes.
Yeah, I appreciate that, mate. And like I say, I've got a lot of respect for Krylov. He's been fighting in the UFC for many years. He's been a mainstay like within the rankings of the division for a very long time. And he always comes out very dangerous. He always presents different problems to people. He's put on some amazing performances himself. So this is very exciting for me. It's very exciting for me to test my skills against the best in the world. And ultimately, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to be the best in the world. So this is now like getting another step level up. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity.
numbered events, formerly pay-per-views. How were they available in the UK? Were you guys the ones that went through TNT or something like that?
Yes, I believe it'll
So
be
now
on.
does it stay there, or do you guys go to Paramount? Is there even a Paramount Plus out there?
I don't know. From what I understand, in the UK, it'll probably still be on TNT. Like I say, I don't really know what the dealing is going to be, but because TNT I think they've signed for like quite a long-term deal with the UFC, so I'm pretty sure in the UK it will probably still stay on that. But I'm assuming still in a pay-per-view sort of format on there. So like I say, I have no idea how that's all going to work.
So let's do the math here. Pay-per-views start in our time zone, in the Pacific time zone, Vegas, basically, where you're fighting at 7 p.m. But I know that in the UK, you guys are 8 hours ahead. And so that's 3 a.m. for the start of the pay-per-view. Let's just say you're the first fight on the main card or whatever. Do most of your friends and family, put a percentage on it, do they stay up and watch it live? Or do they say, mate, I caught you in the morning, I couldn't stay up, or I saw the result? How is it over there for the hardcore fans? It's got to be grueling because it starts at 3 and ends at 6.
I'm just very grateful that I've got such an amazing support system here at home. Every fight that I've had, everyone stayed up to watch. Doesn't matter what time it is. They're like literally they'll whack on their TV 3 a.m. Some of them will sleep and then wake up, and so it's amazing. Like I say, that I've got so many people that love and support me, and it's amazing. So it doesn't matter what time. And I've got actually quite a lot of close people actually coming to watch me live. Including my girlfriend. I've got a very close guy that used to be at the assistant basketball coach at my high school that I went to. He's going to be coming. So I've got some very close friends that have been there with me in Paris as well. I've got a really close stable of like amazing people around me, and I'm like I say, I couldn't be more grateful. But I know for the people that are going to be watching at home, they'll most likely be standing up like always, like, do you know what I mean, with their fingers shaking, just because obviously they care about me and they want me to do well.
Did you say assistant basketball coach?
So the assistant head coach.
What country?
So I went to high school for 2 years in Louisiana from 16 to 18.
Oh, that's right. You told us that. That's right.
Yeah. So I went there in 2010 and I graduated in 2012. So I'm still very good friends. His name's Byron. He was the assistant basketball coach, the assistant head coach for my high school team, and I've always been very close to him because I believe he played basketball overseas, so he understood the dynamic of. Not many people really understood the dynamic of an Englishman going into another, going into America, like completely different culture and stuff like that. Yeah. So he related to me very well on that, and we've been very good friends ever since. And he's like literally one of my very close people. So it's cool. It's amazing to actually have him out. He actually came to my fight in Seattle as well.
Nice.
So it's amazing. Like I said, I've got a really good support system.
So not the last time, but maybe 5 years ago when we chatted, you mentioned this. But what I got thrown off was I thought in your last answer, you said something about Paris, France. And I know you're originally from Lithuania. They can ball there. And France has become a power as well. So I started tripping because in the UK, they don't play basketball that I know of. If they do, there's not many UK basketball, ballers. So I started, my mind
connecting the dots.
Where did this happen? And then when you said it, I was like, that's right. He did mention the stint that he had in America. Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, it was an experience like no other. That'll be something that will sit with me for the rest of my life. And I'm truly grateful because not many English people get to go out to high school in America, So it was definitely something that will be forever in my memories. And I'm so grateful that I was able to get an opportunity like that.
I wish the PI, they basically have everything, but I wish they had a little half court.
I wish they did as well. Ball. I'll definitely be on that court, mate.
I'd love to see the ball and shove it in Forrest Griffin's chest and go, let's go one-on-one. Because he was a good baller back in the day. A lot of people don't know it, so his competitive juices might come out. But, there's not too many MMA fighters that can play basketball because it's a whole.
I think there's a couple. I think that I don't know if you've seen like Cyril Gane, Like he
You
can
can play
ball.
basketball?
Yeah. Like I've seen him dunking and everything. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's funny because
It'd be a shame if he couldn't, Modestas. He's 6'5".
well, oh yeah, exactly. 6'5" and like very athletic. Do you know what's mad? I bet you wouldn't think that I would be able to dunk, but I remember I used to dunk in high school, and I did a
You're 6'4", right?
I'm 6'3".
6'3". Okay.
I
You
did
should
like
be able to dunk.
a little documentary with John Gooden. I don't know why. Of everything that they put in there on the basketball court, they didn't get the footage of me dunking, because I was literally like thinking, have I still got it? And then I got it, and I'm like, yes, like that's definitely got to make it on tape. And they didn't add it in there. I'm like, come on now.
Wow. All right. Was it a formal, from the front, or were you reversing, double pumping?
Oh no. Like I've got athleticism, but obviously I haven't played basketball in quite a while. It was just a one-handed dunk, but the fact that I could still do it was even surprising for me.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for doing the interview today.
No worries.
We're excited that now 2026 has a little spark. Hopefully we start hearing about different fights and fight cards starting to fill up, because it's been a secret. And we're like at the end of November here. We just have a couple fight nights.
Yeah.
In December, and then now what happens in January?
Yeah, I mean it's absolutely amazing. I'm looking forward to them announcing obviously the rest of the fights for that card and all the other ones in the future. And I'll just be training hard to get myself ready for to put on another spectacular performance.
All right. Well, again, thanks for the time, and I hope your mate gets better soon. The heavyweight champ's been through a lot. We can't wait to see the rematch of those 100%. Guys, get your gym firing up back up again and all that stuff.
So 100%. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, have an amazing evening. Really nice talking to you. Nice one. Bye-bye.